Hello, welcome guys. So, this is Marrakech, and we have just checked in to our first hotel, which is a Riad. The name of this Riad is Riad Dalia, and this is my son and my daughter, Bagi and Elizabeth, and we have just checked into our Riad. And the cost of this Riad was 60 euro per night in Marrakech. So this is the view outside. It has a beautiful courtyard. Here they offer dinner and breakfast. And here is a beautiful orange tree. So we flew from Amsterdam by KLM, and as we were really tired, we ordered our dinner there. This is chicken tajin, bread with 2 Moroccan salads, which we really relished. Under the shade, of course, of this beautiful orange tree. It was followed by a very nice mint tea. So this was one of the first mint teas that we were due to have in this beautiful country called Morocco. So, after a good night's sleep, this is the breakfast time. We come back to the same spot into the courtyard just outside our room to be greeted by chirping of birds in this beautiful orange tree. So this is traditional Moroccan breakfast. This was included in our case, but if you want to order it extra, it costs $3 per person, which is really cheap and reasonable, I think, and it is really elaborate. It had pancakes, different kind of breads, jams, and then of course orange juice, tea and coffee. Now let me give you a room tour. So I'm sorry, now it really looks hodgepodge, but this is the room. You can see, even though on booking.com it looks much bigger, but it is a rectangular shaped room, but nevertheless it had 4 beds, which was guaranteed to give us a good sleep. And the most weird thing about Riads in Morocco I saw was their connected toilet. You see, just behind this curtain is this toilet, and this is the place where you brush, and this is the place where you bath. It is very small, isn't it? And it was really cold, but thank God they had hot water. Kids were really happy after a good night's sleep, and then we decided to go out and explore Marrakech a bit. So this Riad was made inside a maze of streets, and this is one of the few shops. As we were inside the Medina, we walked to Jam Fana, the main square of Marrakech, where we enjoyed this really wonderful juice. So you can mix any of these fruits just for $2 and have a big glass of juice. When you walk in Marrakech, you will see this orange trees all around. This is the central tower of Marrakech, which is just outside Medina, and it was walking distance from the Riyadh where we were staying. It was a good sunny day. Temperature was 23 degrees, so kids really enjoyed like anything. Then it was lunchtime. We went to a local restaurant. It was on a beautiful rooftop. It was again some traditional Riyadh, on the rooftop of which this restaurant was located. There the kids ordered pasta while we ordered tagine for ourselves. In the evening we went for a stroll. The food was really delicious. To Bahia Palace, which is roughly 2 kilometers from Medina. For this purpose, we took a taxi. Marrakech has really reasonable hail taxis. It was really cheap and efficient. And just near Bahia Palace, we came to this square and had chicken grill, and the prices and menu you can see. So in this grill, you are spoiled for the choice. Now we came back to Jamal Fana. Now it was evening, so it was bustling with crowds, and we had all sorts of food under one food court. So this is the snail soup, which cost us 20 dirham or $2 for a big bowl. If you want small bowl, it costs only 10 dirham, which is $1. It's really interesting. You are given some extra soup after you finish up with your snails, and this soup has cumin flavor. After that, we went to try harira soup, which is very, very popular and authentic to Morocco. After spending 2 days in Marrakech, it was time to go to Rabat. So we traveled to Rabat by second class ONCF Moroccan train. This journey cost us €5 per person, which was really comfortable. In Rabat, we checked in Palais d'Or, which is like Palace of Gold, and this is how the Riyadh looked like. We had a wonderful breakfast, and after breakfast we went to Udayas, which is a popular attraction and which was only 700 meters from our Riyadh. So we simply walked to this place and enjoyed its beauty. Compared to Marrakech, this Udayas really looked nice. This was the first Kasbah that we were visiting in the journey, and inside this Udaya Kasbahs, we had a wonderful pomegranate juice. And there is a tip: whenever somebody is crushing by hand juice, it is more flavorful than the one being crushed with the machine. So when you are in Morocco, always prefer the person who is crushing the juice with hand. And this is the beautiful Atlantic Ocean as seen from the Udayas. The temperature was around 23 degrees, sunshine, but not good enough to go on Rabat beach, which you can see down, and this is Rabat lighthouse. Despite the fact that it was month of December, the color of water looked really inviting. And here you can see they have brought this artificial sand and they have made it into a beach, which is used by local Moroccans during the summer months of the year. These are the glorious ramparts of Odayas, from where you can see Atlantic Ocean. But even the winter month of December could not stop some adventure seekers from doing kayaking in the cold water. But definitely this was not for me. We were curious to see the beach, so we went down the stairs and saw the beach, and this is how the beach looked like, deserted in winter. Then after having lunch in the afternoon, we headed to Royal Palace of Morocco. And this is the road full of tangerine trees lined up in the Royal Palace. So this is the new site of the glorious city of Rabat. This area is 5 kilometers away from Medina. Here is a very useful tip. Whenever you go to the presidential palace of Morocco, do carry your passport, because even though the entry is free, they will check your passport and then only they will allow you inside the sprawling presidential estate. So this is the last point till where you can go and you can't go further. After Presidential Palace, we came to UNESCO World Heritage Site of Chella, which was not very far from Presidential Palace. In fact, it is a walk of 800 meters. So we came out from Presidential Palace and came to Chella. This is a beautiful Andalusian garden, and then there are beautiful ruins. But here entry is paid. The entry is around $4 per person. And here you can see a lot of pelicans. Even the pelicans nested over the heritage tower, and all the ruins were abuzz with the bird activity, which was really a beautiful sight, a sight to behold. In the evening, we went for a stroll to Hassan Tower, and this is how Rabat city looks like in the night from Hassan Tower. Now our next destination was Chefchouhan. To go to Chefchouhan, first we took the bullet train to Tangier. So this is Rabat Agdal, the main train station of Rabat, and we are ready to go in Al Borak, the first and the only bullet train of Africa. The journey from Rabat to Tangier, which takes only 1 hour, it cost us €9 per person. For kids, the ticket was 5 euros. And the train comfortably competes with Swiss trains. This is the food pantry of the train. On the way, we saw very beautiful countryside, the coastal Morocco. The train was very clean, well carpeted, and fully automatic. There was luggage space. Here is our luggage line, and here are the kids. Al Borak is the most comfortable train of Morocco and is highly recommended if you are traveling anywhere from Casablanca to Tangier. Very efficiently, the train brought us to Tangier in time. So this is the price, as I mentioned, the time and the route. You can see the quality of the seats. There is plug for charging your phones and other electronic devices, and this is foldable table to eat and all. And as it was December, there were not so many people, which gave us added advantage. And this is how it looks like from front. As good as any bullet train in the world. So this is CTM station, which is the central bus station of Tangier. And this is our bus to Chefchouhan. To come to this bus station from railway station, it took 20-minute taxi ride for 6 euros, and the taxi brought us here. So 12:15 was our bus to Chefchouhan. So this is the holding area of the bus station. So this is how the CTM bus looks like from inside. In Morocco, it is really comfortable, high bus. And then we traveled to Chefchouhan and checked in to our hotel, which was of the same name, which was Hotel Chefchouhan. And this is how our room looked like. We were going to stay in Chefchouhan for 3 nighs. After 2 nights in Marrakech, 2 nights in Rabat, this was the maximum stay that we were going to have. So the room cost us 40 euro per night, which was good for 4 people. I really like the tile work in this small bathing area. So this is how it looked like when you come out of hotel. This is just outside our hotel. So this is how it looked like. It was a sunny afternoon in this beautiful blue city of Chefchouhan. And this is Munir, the owner of this hotel, who was very, very kind and welcoming all the time. Then we went to the center for lunch. So this is the center of Chefchouhan. It is one of the many rooftop restaurants that you will come across. After spending a nice afternoon after arrival in Chefchouhan, in the night we decided to have a traditional Moroccan dinner. Here you are given cumin extra that you can add as per your taste. This is traditional Moroccan soup. This is Moroccan salad with bread. and of course some cumin. And here comes our tagine, chicken tagine with lemon. It was really very healthy and tasty food. After having our traditional Moroccan dinner, we decided to order a full flask of mint tea. As Chefchouhan is a mountainous area, it was colder than both Marrakech and Rabat. Therefore, the tasty tea becomes a necessity here. The mint tea is one of the finest in Morocco. This is one of the most memorable and finest drinks we ever had. This is the main square of Chefchouhan in the nights. Very bustling, full of lights. So after having a good night's sleep, next day we went for local sightseeing of Chefchouhan, and we came across many people led by Chinese doing great photo shoots in this beautiful blue city. Here you will come across a lot of people selling photos of Chefchouhan, hand paintings at very reasonable prices that you can buy as souvenir. This one was one of the most ancient olive trees I've ever seen. It was right in the middle of one of the squares of Chefchouhan, and everywhere you see there will be cats. Cats are really having the best time in Chefchouhan, basking in the sun. From the center of Chefchouhan, we decided to go to Ras El Ma. So this is Ras El Ma, where we had one of the best orange juices of our life. It cost us €1.5 for a big glass. The view was really awesome from here. So this is the fresh water coming from mountains of Chefchouhan that one can drink. Ira had orange juice while I had pomegranate juice mixed with oranges. So after Ras El Ma, we walked further to Bozafar Mosque, which offers a really nice, beautiful view of Chefchouhan from the top. This trek is 1 kilometer, but believe me, it's really worth it. As you can see, the view of the city, really nice for photo sessions. So this is the mosque at the top of the hill that you will come across, and this is the highest point of Chefchouhan, which you will see in so many travel magazines. It was really mind-blowing, and we spent there roughly 1 to 1.5 hours just sitting there basking in the sun. And this is the center of Chefchouhan as visible from Bozafar Mosque. As you can see, the city is built inside the historic walls amidst the mountains. This is the beautiful view of the mosque, this small mosque atop the hill. Really, I would say that Chefchouhan is one of the finest cities, an authentic experience in Morocco. If you are here, it is very chill and laid back town. It has very chill vibes and very reasonably priced food options as well as stay options. Chefchouhan will always be memorable for two more reasons. One is that we had the best shawarma of our life here. This is the kebab shawarma plate. One plate of this gigantic size costs only $3. And this is the great shawarma place from where we had this plate. This was followed by an avocado smoothie, which is called Zaza smoothie. Once you are in Chefchouhan or in Morocco, never miss this smoothie. This was really wonderful. It was full of fruits and flavors. And this is the square 140 meters away from Hotel Chefchouhan, where we were having our breakfast every day, very much on these tables and chairs laid out in the open. It was very easy to walk from our hotel to this point and have breakfast, because the hotel didn't have any breakfast options. So this is coming back to our hotel Chefchouhan, and now we will check out. So it's time to check out and go to another city, Fez. 2 days in Marrakech, 2 days in Rabat, 3 days in Chefchouhan, and now on our 10-day journey, this was time to go to Fez and leave this beautiful little town. This is the CTM station, the main artery center of Chefchouhan, which was 2 kilometers away from our hotel. And this is the holding area for passengers in the bus station. And this is the schedule from Chefchouhan to Fez bus. The bus takes 4.5 hours and the cost of one ticket is 12 euros. The bus goes through very beautiful countryside, because this part of Morocco is full of hills. So the journey was very pleasant, with a nice coffee break in between. I would really recommend that you buy your CTM tickets in advance, not to leave it to the last minute, especially in the tourist season if you are visiting Morocco. By evening we reached Fez and checked in to our Riad. This Riad was by far the best one, and I would say it was good enough to be the sole reason to visit Fez. As you can see, this was a 200-year-old Riyadh with original mosaic work. The earlier Riads were recently built on the style, but this was a real vintage. You can see the roof, it is made of wood with very beautiful carvings and colors. The room had AC which we were using for heating, and the back of the bed was made of something like walnut wood, and the lamps were traditional Moroccan lamps. The room was really spacious, 300 plus square meters with 4 beds, sofa, sitting area. But of course, when you are in Morocco, toilet is only a curtain away. Open the curtain and you are into toilet. But relatively, this was good and more spacious than the one in Marrakech. That really made us happy. The kids, upon checking in, we had a craving for falafel, which was not available in Riyadh. So we went out just 700 meters away and came across this beautiful restaurant that served authentic Lebanese food. We ordered a Lebanese falafel platter, and this is how it looked like. It was really reasonably priced, and I got special hot sauce along to give it another kick. So this is breakfast time in the Riyadh. Breakfast was also the most professionally and elaborately served inside this Riyadh. They had many waiters who were professionally dressed, and the upholstery of sofas, as you can see, was new. In the backdrop of tall gates of this real Riyadh, and a chandelier, of course, in the middle, a line of pancakes, local freshly baked breads, so this is what the kids were doing most of the time in the room. And this is how easy it was to come out of the room and lounge around in this Riyadh. You can see the gates are really high with a beautiful carving. It's like a fort or palace, nothing less than that. After the breakfast, we went on the rooftop of Riyadh. This is how the stairs looked like, the real vintage stuff. So this is the rooftop. They had some nice sofas, and now we went further and we were greeted by even a bigger lounge. It was a rainy morning after Chefchouhan. Time is around 11:30 in the morning, but fortunately this lounge area was covered up. This is a local school that you can see backside of this Riyadh, and this is the historical part of the city that is visible from rooftop of this beautiful Riyadh. To see this ancient fortification at the top of hill across really aroused my curiosity. And in fact, 2 days later, I went there, as you will see ahead in the video. It was a rainy morning and clouds really made it look more mysterious city than it really was. While we were on rooftop, kids were really having good time inside the cozy and warm room. After having a very easy start to morning, we went through the bazaar of Fez to the first attraction of Fez, which was tannery. And on the way, we witnessed very colorful bazaar of Fez. This is the local bread. These are the kebabs, the spices of different hues and colors. This is honey, variety of honey. Mark Waynes also came here and tasted some of this honey. And these are different ceramic products of Fez. Breads, cats of course, dates. This is a normal shop. This is leather shop. As we were nearing the tannery, there were more and more leather shops. This is musical instrument shop. This is traditional henna and spices shop. And this is how the streets of Fez looked like to walk in. So this is one of the side streets. This is local jewelry that is available for €1 or €2. And always we had some excess of leftover of some burger that we gave to these cats. They were really happy to eat this burger. So following our everyday juice ritual, we today drank Life is Life, a juice cocktail of avocado, banana, ginger and orange juice from this juice shop in the bustling market of Fez. So this is the cactus fruit that we were to try later on during this journey. This is really exotic. If you don't have anything to do, just sit in this market and you can have a good day. So this is how the tannery looks like from the top. But let me tell you, it is super smelly and people usually carry mint leaves with them that they smell when they are standing here. Even on rooftop, the smell is so strong that I was holding my nose with handkerchief all the time. You will see it in all the photos of Fez. And here these hard-working Moroccan men are processing these skins manually in this traditional tannery of Fez. For €1 or €2, you can go on any rooftop and have this scene. But don't venture to come to this tannery even though the entry is free on the ground level because it's really smelly. And here we paid €2 and we were on another rooftop, and these are the most prominent madrasas, that is ancient universities of Fez. We were told by a local guide that non-Muslims are not allowed to enter into these madrasas. So we went on a rooftop and saw these madrasas from top, because this rooftop was just adjacent to this madrasa. So this is how an ancient university town looks like. And the way to come on this rooftop was really interesting, that I'm going to show you now. There are many such rooftops in Fez that the local shopkeepers or the local boys are going to offer you, and they will entice you, saying that from the rooftop you can click good photos or make good videos and enjoy the view. So this is one of the many options to explore Fez. But in this case, as entry to madrasa was not allowed, it was really useful one to see the top skyline of the madrasas and at least be happy. So this is how the maze of stairs look like, which was going through this guy's showroom of clothes. So we gave €2 as a tip to the guy to show us beautiful rooftop, and then went out. So then while walking, as it was our son's birthday, Baghi's birthday, so we went to buy a cake, and we had to come little bit out of Medina, and this is how it looked like. This is one of the 14 gates of Fez. You will see it very often in the pictures and videos. And right inside it, when you enter this gate, there are beautiful shops of sweets. This is just like Indian jalebi. So I decided to
It was
buy
birthday
this
time in Riads.
jalebi.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Baghi. Happy birthday to you. Baghi.
Lemon and chicken tajin. This dinner was ordered after the cake cutting ceremony of Baghi in our Riyadh. The birthday boy was busy with his tab all the time. This was accompanied by nice Moroccan salads. The next day, we went across the hill. This was the area that we were able to see from our rooftop on the first day across the clouds. So actually, when we walked for 2 kilometers, we came across this gate of Fez, which was in fact a bird market, and then we had to climb these stairs, and we came across an ancient graveyard that we climbed up further to go to that fortified part that was visible from our rooftop. Everywhere we could see there were graves. So this was the way to the top of the hill. And the top of the hill offered a very, very nice view of the city of Fez that we were just about to climb. Through this hole in the fort. And this is how the view looked like from top of this hill. Fortunately, it was very sunny day and we felt rather hot in our hoodie when we climbed up this hill. From a distance, this madrasa that we saw from the rooftop was also visible. After starting our morning with this moderate track, we came down from this top of the hill. And near the gate, there was a bird market. From this gate, we were back into our way to Medina of Fez. Here, the locals were selling different birds in different colors and hues, parrots, and this is bird food, and there were a lot of buyers, mostly Moroccans, who were buying the birds. It was slightly painful to see the birds encaged, but this seemed to be the local tradition here in Morocco. After this wonderful morning, we decided to follow in the footsteps of great food vlogger Mark Waynes and went to this vermicelli and chicken shop where Mark Waynes had his lunch while he was in Fez early in 2024. It was very difficult to find this shop and it was full of clients, full of Moroccans. So we were the only non-Moroccans that were there in this shop. This shop seemed to be the best seller among Moroccan people. So the guy gives some chicken and tops it up with some vermicelli, which was really kept in high prestige by Mark Waynes. He said so many beautiful, good words about this food that we looked for this shop for good 40 minutes and seeking help from locals. Finally, we were here and we really enjoyed this nice meal of chicken and vermicelli. It was really authentic and something like we had never tasted before. So here was a supply of chicken and chai and juices all across under the single rooftop of this small shop. These are the different kind of dates that were available for $2, $3 or $4 per kilo. So the rates are written in dirhams, and this was our favorite juice shop of Fez, where we drank orange juice every day. Very, very kindly and nicely taken by Muhammad. Fez is known for its fragrance industry also. So in the evening we went to a local fragrance shop, and here you can try many essential oils and see the kind of fragrance you want. And this bottle cost us only $3. Here they will mix the essential oils of your choice, and then they will mix it up with alcohol. But for good price you have to bargain a bit, because sometimes they say $7, $6. But as we bought many things from this shop, so this particular fragrance cost us only $3. So here she mixed up alcohol, and this is good to go. And this lasts for more than 24 hours on any surface it is put on. So it was time to try snails again, and this is snails soup that we ordered in Fez. This is really nice, big size snails, and with a cumin soup that is boiled with snails, a very, very nice broth, in fact. This was my daughter's first experience with snails, and she found it interesting. After snails, we went to try some traditional Moroccan coffee with some spices and fragrances. It cost us €1.5, 15 dirham. So this they make in sand, and it was really fragrant, full of different spices and undertones. This was right in the middle of market of Fez, inside the Medina, and this guy makes it on the street while he has a very, very nice lounge upstairs where you can sit and relish this coffee. To make this coffee, first he adds some honey in place of sugar. That forms the sweet base of the coffee. And he claimed that the coffee contained 15 spices. Some of them are displayed here, but I would say it was really rich to drink and a special experience, especially in the cold month of December in the evening. It was a Sunday, and the market of Fez was fully bustling. It was more active than rest of the days. So this is kebab sandwich, for which we went after the coffee. So this is made with some fresh onions, and then you have a choice of protein. In our case, it was chicken, and you can choose from different parts of any kind of protein. It was really simple and delicious. So these are the fruits of cactus that they sell for 2 dirham a piece. So the guy cuts out the fruit and you can eat it from inside. And really it looks like strawberry, and it tastes sweet too. It's really red, and your tongue will get red after eating it. But it was really exotic and a new experience. This is for 20 cents. You can enjoy this nice cactus fruit only in Morocco. As we had our flight from Marrakech, it was time to go to Marrakech from Fez. So after spending 3 days in Fez, we went to Marrakech by second class in ONCF train. This was to be the longest train journey. This time it was 6.5 hours from Fez to Marrakech. But it was really comfortable, as you can see. The train started at 9:40 a.m. in the morning. So after having our breakfast, we straight came to station and came inside our train in a very timely manner. And then we were scheduled to reach to Marrakech at 4:15 in the evening. The train went through really nice landscape. When you are nearing Marrakech, the landscape turns into desert. In Marrakech, we checked into this beautiful property just for 30 euro per night. It was 1 kilometer away from airport, and it was very big house, a floor which could sleep at least 10 people. It was really relaxing and spacious. Kids were really happy to check in, as you can see. So after a tiring 6.5 hour train journey, here the kids got really excited. Let me give you a small tour of this property of 30 euro, how it looks like. So this is one of the bedrooms. One bed in drawing room you already saw. So now we will go to the master bedroom after this, if Buggy gives me some time. They are really unwinding after their train journey. And this is how the master bedroom looked like. We couldn't have asked for anything better for our last day in Marrakech. It was a wonderful, rewarding journey of 10 days in Morocco, full of exotic experiences, hospitable people of Morocco. Moroccans are one of the nicest people I've ever met on the planet. So this is our last mint tea before boarding our flight in Morocco. So this is the beautiful Marrakech airport. Time to go back. Hope you really like this vlog. Thank you for watching.